Mr. Waldman, this event occurs on December 7th, 1996. In 1996, how much time did you have with the Chicago Police Force?
Chicago PD, 8 years that time.
Okay, 8 years. And approximately how much time total do you have working in a career in law enforcement?
As of this month, I'm 20 years.
And has that been inclusive of time with different departments?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As part of your experience, did you attend a police academy?
Yes, sir.
And what type of, can you please explain to the jury what type of training you received in the police academy?
Well, it's comprehensive. It's a 3-month course, but in direct deference to this incident, we are schooled in the use of deadly force, use of drawing a weapon.
Okay. Officer Waldman, in all of the police departments that you have worked in, and Chicago PD inclusive of this, do you have a use of force policy?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain to the jury what that use of force policy entails?
The use of force policy is only when you're meeting a threat directly of the same force, same level of force, same magnitude of force. In this incident, subject pulled a knife,
Okay.
attempting to kill my partner, and to meet that force, at that time I pulled my gun, and that's within policy.
Okay. All right, Mr. Waldman, for the time being, we're just going to try to focus on the policy itself. You do have a use of force scale, is that correct?
That's correct.
And that use of force scale can begin with something as little as a verbal commands or
Yes,
presence.
absolutely.
And that can scale upward to the use of weapons that the department issues you, such as pepper spray, baton, taser.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And as you had mentioned, the use of deadly force is at the very top of that scale.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's go to the incident that occurred, and I know you had started to explain a little bit about it, but it occurs on December 7th, 1996.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us what yourself and your partner were doing on that night?
We're driving back from a surveillance, and a vehicle is behind us. He's flashing his lights. He's driving erratically. We're on an undercover job right now. We're not in uniform, but still, we don't know what's going on with this motorist. He's flashing his lights. He's driving erratically. He pulls up next to us. He's driving erratically. He rolls down his window. He's yelling something to my partner. So we pull over with him to see what he needs.
Okay. And did you understand what he was yelling?
No, we really couldn't understand what he was yelling, but it didn't look like it was going to stop. And we didn't understand if it was road rage or if he needed some sort of assistance. You could tell he's very angry, but he's the way he was driving. We felt it was safer to see if we could stop him, deal with him, get some uniforms to the situation, get him off the road that way.
Was he yelling at you in English?
No, couldn't understand what he was yelling. It just seemed like gibberish. It seemed like, maybe he's drunk, maybe he's high on something.
Okay, when you pulled over to the side, okay, and, what did he do?
He pulls over, basically, we tell him motion, pull us over. He's kinda cutting us off. Vehicles don't touch, it's fine. My partner gets out of the passenger side, I get out of the driver's side. Partner starts to talk to him, what is it, what do you need? Right away, the guy's out of the car, engages my partner physically, grabs him, he swings. My partner's able to fend off a couple of the blows. And the guy goes, produces a knife. He's got a knife. I can see it in his hand. He brings it up one time. He's bringing it down on my partner, and this is all happening just in rapid succession. Comes down. Looks like he strikes my partner with the knife. My partner's able to move, fend off the blow some. He's coming up to get him again. By the time he's coming up the second time, I have my revolver out and I shoot him one time.
As this was going on with Mr. Ramirez and Officer Levy, what was going through your mind when you saw this? What were you thinking about?
I was afraid for Levy right away. I mean, when we were talking in the car to get out to help this guy, he didn't seem to be this much of a threat. You know, he just seemed to be basically moreover confused. But he needed to get off the road. We needed to stop him. You know, we'd already called it in. We got uniforms on the way. We're just going to hang on to the guy, get this guy off the road. That's what we wanted to do, just talk to this guy. And right away, when he gets out of the car, he's up on Levy immediately. Like I say, strikes him a couple of times, and then he has the knife right away. I couldn't see where he got it. I don't know what pocket it came from. For the first time, he came down very quickly. Next time he's raising up, he's coming down again. And that's when I shot him.
My understanding is that, and as you explained it too, the situation happened quick. You said that it happened within seconds, milliseconds.
Absolutely, yes.
What were you thinking about when you saw Mr. Ramirez stab Levy and?
If I don't shoot him now, Levy's dead.
Okay, so that's what you were thinking. If you don't shoot him now, Levy's dead.
Levy's dead. Levy's got 3 kids. He's a good guy.
Okay, and are you trained in police work that you are duty bound to protect the life of your partner officer?
Absolutely. If I'm in the same position, I want to know the guy that's with me will do the same thing. He's going to protect me in that fashion.
Okay, going back to what we had explained as far as the use of force,
Yes, sir.
and the use of force spectrum from physical presence to verbal commands and up. When you saw Mr. Ramirez come up with the knife and he's about to stab Levy a second time, did you feel that you had time to go through that use of force scale?
No, sir.
Okay. And so did you feel that you had no choice but to use deadly force?
That's the only thing I could do.
Okay. All right. And then, what happened after you shoot Ramirez?
He was knocked down. He was down. He dropped the knife. He was injured from the bullet wound. But still, for his safety and ours, we cuffed him. Waited for paramedics.
Okay, I'm going to show you exhibit number 14. And is this the knife that Mr. Ramirez had that night?
Yes, sir. This appears to be the knife.
You're a witness.